I'm sorry, what was that again?
Like, share, and subscribe. My name is Albert.
All right, guys, so this is a video. I posted it in my community, the threads or whatever. I've never done that before, but I want to do, since we just passed 3,000 subscribers, I want to do a Q&A. So any questions you have for me, whether it be about guns, competitions, how I started, EDC, anything, just drop it down in the comments below. I'll use those questions down below for the actual Q&A video when I go ahead and post your questions and answer them. And then we'll do a random winner for a giveaway. I have a small, I think it's a single or dual pistol Savior equipment bag, brand new. We'll do some sort of random winner somehow out of the ones that I choose, the questions I choose, and then I'll mail that out to you guys. But so I'm just doing a little bit of shooting today. This is not a comparison video, but maybe a glimpse into the future. Shooting the Blaze. We have the SIG P211. And then we have a Atlas Athena. So these are right now my 3 choices for competition, probably to finish this season, but also going forward to really perfect it. I'm really trying to find that one gun. So we're just kind of shooting around, but yeah, any questions you guys have for me? And hopefully, it's our first time using steel, but we're at 10, 12 yards. So they say 7 yards is safe. But any questions you guys got, not necessarily about these guns, but just anything in general, just let me know. I started shooting really just for self-defense. Like, I didn't like just shooting at the range. And this is just me talking a little bit about myself. Me and Tiny, she's recording. We both just started to, wanting to shoot just to get better for self-defense. We decided to get our license to carry here in Texas a couple years ago. And then the range just got a little boring, like just static shooting, standing there. I needed something a little more dynamic. So started getting involved with competition. And then, of course, you start playing around with a bunch of guns. But guns, I mean, I like it. It's kind of become my new hobby with competition and reviews and stuff like that. But it's good to know guns, right? And to me as a guy, I'm super old school, machismo type of man. So I'm like, oh, guns or whatever. And I call myself Juan Thick. So I'm a little, little on the heavy side.
But it's helped you lose some weight.
What's that?
It's exercise.
It is competition?
Yes.
Yes, it's a little bit of exercise, right? Because you're moving around every stage, 20 seconds of shooting basically or less, right? But you got 6 or 7 stages on these big matches. So it's not a ton, but you're outdoors, you're hauling stuff, you're moving stuff. And then if you put training on the, on the side for these competitions, and that's where some more exercise comes in handy because, I have a busy schedule with work and all that. I do work not 24/7, but 5 days a week, so it's not a lot of time. And then, of course, when you have a better half, we're always finding things to do together. We're empty nesters now, so we're trying to have fun at the same time. So let's see how this one goes. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
The trigger is good, right?
Yeah, we kind of tuned it. I was having some issues with it. My buddy Gil fixed it a little bit for me. I'm thinking I'm still running it, make sure I don't have no hammer follow. I was getting hammer follow with that one, but I think we took care of it. I think I've already ran over 100 plus rounds with it since he's fixed it, and I haven't had any issues with it. And then we tightened that trigger up a little bit. It was a little too loose for me. I'm not there yet where I have complete control of my trigger squeeze, so I didn't like that super sub 2-pound trigger. There were some times in some of my matches where I'm presenting and just trying to trigger prep and get your finger on there as you're pointing out, because I know not to put it, as I'm running up or whatever. But I usually will start to try to trigger press when the gun and muzzle is already kind of straight and I'm just presenting straight forward. And there's been at least 2 that I know of where it's like bink and it sends it off, and I don't like that. So we did tighten it up a little bit. But just a little bit here. This is going to be this is our private range we've been kind of working on. You can see one of the stills fell. We got plenty of stands. We're working on the berm. There's nobody behind us for like over 100 acres. So that's why we're not our 100 acres. There's just nothing back there. So that's why I'm not really worried about shooting back there. But we're going to have walls up here on this side. Hopefully 6-7 feet high.
To that tree all the way around.
Yeah. Then we'll still have a couple more rows of tires up there, and of course finish that corner. And then we'll have to do this. But this is kind of where I come train. I'll just, you know what, we'll turn this into a look at my range. MTV Cribs is my range.
Not anywhere near that yet.
No. Well, we got walls on the way. Well, we've always had them, but we got better walls on the way. So we got a few of these. I just got to put the netting here. I built some walls myself. They're down here in the ground.
Yeah, with the rain,
Yeah,
the
we got
flooding.
those down. I got to get a shed out here to really house all my target stands and sticks right now. They're just kind of thrown everywhere. But we got plenty of targets to do little mini stages and just training and drills. I got some wood walls that I built here. I lay them down now because the wind takes them.
Or the cows when they walk
Yeah.
around.
So this
They're
is
not
a
here
pretty
right
big bay that I'm going to use for, you know, training and videos and stuff like that. So it's getting there. I can't wait till we finally finish with this. It's going to be several months in the works.
Yes,
But-
because Tiny can't do tires all that well.
Yeah, we moved about 50, 60 tires
These
yesterday.
these are very large tractor and like monster truck type tires. These are not small. So
But yeah, these suckers,
this
is like a
big
monster
bad
truck.
boy is taller than me.
and it was just me and her moving this by hand. No tractor, no trailer, no nothing. And then we have some bigger tractor or thicker tractor tires.
I know they're not pretty to look at, but
Yeah.
they'll do the trick once we get it all done,
Yeah,
and
we're
it'll
gonna
look
We're gonna
nice.
put tires all around. Let me
We'll
get my
put
ear pro
dirt.
out. I feel like I'm screaming with the ear pro.
We'll put some dirt on top of them
Yeah.
to fill it in.
And then at the end, once we get all the tires out, we're gonna fill them in with dirt. And then probably after we fill them with dirt, either dirt behind it and in front, so it just looks like a dirt berm, and then there'll have tires within, so I don't have to use so much dirt. But the dirt, we got quotes, and it's a little expensive, so I figured with not really neighbors around us, the tires will be fine, and we'll just keep the actual targets a little bit lower, so my trajectory is going down anyway. They're not gonna go straight out, you know, out there somewhere. But if y'all got, you know, comments or suggestions for the range, shoot, let me know. I'm just kind of doing all this by common sense and Google research and stuff like that. But yeah, drop any questions below for the Q&A. Hopefully I'll have that video up next week. But I'll try to choose the best ones. I'll have Tiny kind of help me out and choose some of the questions, and then we'll do a video on that, and then we'll randomize one of the submitters, and somebody will win a Savior bag, range bag. But appreciate you guys. Till the next one.